Hi, I'm Debbie Kitterman, and welcome to this week's lesson from the lake. I have been doing and working through the Beth Moore Bible study Entrusted out of 2 Timothy. And one of the weeks, we actually had this question asked to us by our facilitator. And she said, what is the thing that God has entrusted to you? What ministry, what purpose, what thing has he entrusted to you that only you can do? Now, for some of us, that's going to be really easy to answer. It just comes right to the top. I was entrusted to be a teacher. I was entrusted to bring people freedom. I was entrusted to, and leave that blank. And as we went around the room with about 20 women in the room, some knew what they were called to do. Some of it was, I am entrusted to coach young women in the ways that they're supposed to walk. Some of it was bigger things, like I have been entrusted with pastoring or shepherding people. And as we walked around the room, there were some people that actually didn't know what God had entrusted them with. You know, this is so important. And so I want to ask you, do you know what has been entrusted to you? Do you know that thing that God has entrusted to you? For me, as I went around the room and I was the last one, I had a hard time thinking of one word, just one word that would encapsulate all of those things. The one thing that I know is that I've been called and entrusted to inspire other people, to inspire them to believe and dream big, to walk in their kingdom purposes. But the gifting that God has entrusted me with is the ability to see. The ability to see where he's going and what he's doing. And so God has entrusted a couple things to me. And sometimes we're in seasons of our lives where God has entrusted something and then he'll add something else to it. But what is the thing that God has entrusted you with? That's what I've been thinking about for the last few weeks since we've had this Bible study session and those women going around the room. I think it's so important for all of us, men and women in the body of Christ, to understand that God has a purpose for each one of us, and he has entrusted something to you. He's entrusted something to me. And the thing that he's entrusted to you is because only you can fulfill that very thing in the body. As you think about that thing, would you leave some comments about what it is that God has entrusted to you? I look forward to reading your comments, and thank you for joining me this week on Lessons from the Lake.